We're gonna move to the Water Mission. I want to introduce George Greene IV. He's the CEO and president of Water Mission in Charleston, South Carolina. Water Mission is a nonprofit Christian engineering organization providing sustainable, safe water solutions to people in developing countries and disaster-impacted areas. Page 39 is their two-page information report, and page 41 is their report. George.
Well, thank you for having me. I serve as CEO and president of Water Mission, and we focus on water and sanitation in disaster relief and development contexts. And the problem that we're dealing with is huge. Globally, over 50% of the population doesn't have a sanitary place to go to the bathroom. That's a toilet on the right-hand side of the screen that you're looking at. When it comes to safe water, 2.2 billion people don't have it. And the impact of these two things are that somewhere around 840,000 people die every year. Today, an estimated 2,300 people are going to die. And it's not something that we think about because we solved the water problem in this country over 100 years ago. This is a solvable crisis. I was encouraged by one of your group members to share how people can get involved at the beginning of my talk. And the idea with this is that it allows you the ability to see where you can help us as I share. And I thought it was a great idea, and I wanted to highlight 4 areas. Russ already took 3 of them, so I'm repeating them. But the idea with these 4 areas is that not everybody realizes that they have something that they can give. And when you start to think about holistically from this perspective, there's a whole lot there. So when we think about time, volunteering hours or days of service or joining our prayer team, think about talent, using your unique expertise to elevate our cause. Think about treasure, financial donations, sign up as a monthly donor, whether large or small. And finally, influence, the opportunity to leverage your personal and professional relationships. Be thinking about these areas in your life, and over the next couple of minutes as I share about the work that God's doing through Water Mission, perhaps He has one or more in mind for you to explore further. We describe Water Mission as a Christian engineering nonprofit. Starting with Christian, in the book of Mark, the question was posed to Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? And His answer was, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. But He didn't stop there. He continued with the expectation that Christians are to love our neighbors as ourselves. We do this at Water Mission by using our God-given skills to help people with water and sanitation issues that need our help. Engineering. We joke that this can be a little bit more intimidating to talk about than Christianity. We are highly technical in focus, and there is a huge void in technical expertise in the space that I work. This is a key differentiator for us. And then finally, nonprofit. We are registered as a 501c3. For those of you that are already thinking about treasure from the previous slide, you can rest assured that a donation would be tax deductible to us. We take accountability very seriously, and we have received the highest rating of 4 stars from Charity Navigator, the top rating organization in the United States for the last 14 consecutive years. That's something that less than 1% of rated charities can claim. And if you go on our website, you can find our last annual report, and if you dig into it, you'll see that in 2020, we served somewhere around 800,000 people with our projects, and we had about an 88% program expense ratio. As a ministry, we have a 2-pronged strategy. First, we implement best-in-class projects, and our goal with this is that every project stands out for quality and excellence to show what is possible. And we do this because we believe it's the best way to help people, but it also allows us to build a reputation. And this is important because it feeds into the second prong of our strategy, which is to be a resource to other organizations. Just earlier today, I was actually out visiting with another Christian water charity called Wells of Life here locally, looking to learn from them and also see if there are areas where we could add value to the work that they're doing. Charities are extremely siloed, and we have intentional programming that's focused on being a resource and driving collaboration. Ultimately, we see this is where we can achieve transformational scale. Water Mission has approximately 100 full-time staff in the United States. Most of these are in Charleston, South Carolina, and we have Charleston Chew Candies on the back there for you guys, so you remember that. Outside of the United States, we have an additional 600 full-time staff in 10 countries that span from Mexico to Indonesia. And I want to take you to a hybrid project that started back in 2015 in Tanzania. And the genesis that triggered our project was a political crisis in Burundi, where literally hundreds of thousands of refugees fled into neighboring Tanzania. This photo, taken in June 2015, captures some of the tens of thousands of people that literally were fleeing with the clothes on their backs and whatever they could carry. And this next video will put things into perspective.
More than 60,000 Burundians have sought refuge in Tanzania. Initially, they arrive on the shores of Lake Tanganyika. UNHCR has been ferrying them to Kigoma, where there's shelter, medicine, and clean water. But the two ships working around the clock can only transport 1,500 refugees a day. Tens of thousands remain in Kayunga, a serious concern for aid agencies.
So a number of these folks wound up in a refugee camp called Nira. As far as the eye could see, these shelters are made of small trees that are nailed together with pieces of tarp tied over the top and a dirt floor. We responded by air freighting and installing an emergency water treatment system that you can see in this photo, where we're sourcing water out of the river, settling, filtration, and chlorination, and treated water stored before being pumped into the camp for distribution. This system was turned on at the beginning of October 2015. It took 17 days to get it in place. Again, this was an emergency effort. Now zooming out with the plant in the middle, and now rotating the image, you can see the refugee camp in the background. Again, temporary shelters as far as the eye can see. This is another aerial image of Nyarugusu. The shaded area is the camp that today is home to approximately 155,000 people. And the disaster relief system that we install is off on the right-hand side of this image. About a year into running this emergency operation, we received a grant to come back and install solar-powered pumping systems on high-yield boreholes, those are wells, to provide safe water to the entire camp. Today, there are 6 solar-powered pumping systems online with a cumulative flow of just under 1,500 gallons per minute. As of October 2019, we turned on chlorinated drinking water, the safe water, to the entire camp. I want to take you into a closer look at one of these setups that's known as Borehole 2. That's where this red circle is on the screen. There's a close-up of the application. Here is the chlorination house, the actual borehole, the well, all the electrical components, 100-kilowatt solar array. Again, this is known as Borehole 2. It was turned on in October 2019. By itself, it's serving an estimated 50,000 people. And this is what water flow looks like in a pumping system of this size. It's a great photo, and you should celebrate that. At the same time, if you were a donor to this project, you should be asking the question, this is nice, but what's going on today? We asked ourselves this very question. It led us to developing a remote monitoring platform. This is actually a screenshot from the platform. The shaded area is Nyarugusu, and the 6 blue dots are the high-yield boreholes. We developed this platform for all of our projects so that we could know if they're functioning without actually having to go and visit them. These are the thumbnails. These are the pictures of the solar arrays, and these bar charts show you the liters of water per day pumped from each one of these applications. This allows accountability on multiple levels to take place. So as we noted, Nyarugusu is located in western Tanzania, and I've added a red star to the map so that you can see it and serve as a reference point. As I zoom out, you'll notice that there are other blue dots that start to appear. These represent additional water projects that we've done in the region and other refugee camps, as well as indigenous communities. And I want to take you to one specific indigenous community that's known as Zeze. And I want to start by sharing why Zeze was chosen for a project.
This is a spring in the community of Zeze, one of the major water sources for the community. This lady is in line, or has been in line, dipping. Now she's reached the spring and is dipping water that she uses for her family for drinking, cleaning, cooking, washing, bathing. And then behind her is a line of people who have come to fetch water. And you can see them stretching out behind this spring. This water source is one of the major water sources for Zeze. It is heavily contaminated, and people literally fight over access to this water.
So this is the installation at Zeze. It's significantly smaller than the refugee project, but similar in application. Here is the borehole, the well, the solar array, that's the power source, chlorination and treated water storage. This is an aerial view of Zeze, and the blue line that you see is the water distribution line that distributes water to the 5,500 residents in the community. What we were just looking at is actually located in the top center. And then those diamonds on the blue line, those represent access points. Those are tap stands. That's where people come and get access to water. We typically put in one tap stand for every 50 homes. Just like Niragusu, Zeze has remote monitoring, and right here is a satellite modem that's actually connected to a totalizing flow meter and allows us to see the liters per day of water pumped in Zeze, and as a result of this project, this is no longer a reality for that community. The reason I wanted to highlight Zeze is because it's a full-blown community development project, and that means it's self-sustaining, and the community has equity in the project. This image is actually showing some of the labor and materials that the community contributed during construction. The locals are actually building the tank bases that that red arrow is pointing to on the left-hand side of your screen. This is all done under Water Mission's supervision to ensure quality and standards are incorporated into the project. There's also a comprehensive community development program that takes place. We invest an estimated 500 to 700 hours in every community where we do community development programs, where we're building out the people, processes, and systems. This is the management committee for the water project. They're actually responsible for operating and maintaining the equipment and managing ongoing finances for the project. So we donate the capital costs for the project, but the ongoing operation and long-term expenses are actually shouldered by the community through user fees. So Zeze was commissioned in September of 2018. It has been running for 3 years, producing an average of 15,000 liters per day. And this management team has successfully collected operational covered revenue to pay for operational expenses. And on top of that, they have over $6,000 in savings in their bank account to pay for long-term expenses. It's a success story. That's a great story. It highlights the importance of comprehensive community development efforts that are combined with engineering standards and projects implemented according to standards. So I want to go back to Niragusu because everything that I've shown you so far has been focused on physical needs, and I've been intentional with this for 2 reasons. The first is summed up well with an old proverb. I don't know if you've heard this before, but an empty stomach has no ears. Or to put it more bluntly, a starving person is not able to concentrate on anything else. We say the same thing holds true for a thirsty stomach. And when we deliver high-quality projects that are implemented with excellence, we build incredibly deep relationships with the residents and the communities where we serve. And in doing this, we earn the right for spoken word ministry opportunities. And it's an incredible platform for ministry. And we have an intentional strategy to engage the local church on that platform with a focus of equipping, empowering, and supporting the work of the local church in things like this. This is a photo of a biblically based trauma healing program that was rolled out in the refugee camp. The focus with this group was women. You can see that there are also small children that also joined. The women in this camp have gone through things that we can't imagine. A lot of these people have lost a family member as a result of violent death. Many of them witnessed it firsthand. There are countless other unspeakable things that these people have endured. Some of the experiences come with significant shame that is carried in silence. Part of the trauma healing content is to take them through the different stages of grieving. We talk about how we can help women who've been abused and how we can help children who've had traumatic experiences. This photo is from the same refugee camp. It's the same trauma healing program, but it's focused on men. The culture doesn't allow men to share pain or emotion with others, but through the trauma healing session, they're encouraged to share their stories. They get to work through emotions that they've suppressed for a very long time. Forgiveness is an important topic that's covered and enables them to move on in the healing process. We've also had the chance to distribute over 10,000 audio Bibles in the camp. These are available in their indigenous language. That's what you see in this woman's hand here. These are actually distributed and given to people in starting listening groups. So the individual that's given an audio Bible has committed to gather their friends on a regular basis to listen to the Bible. Essentially what we're doing is starting a small group Bible study. All of this, again, is being done through the local church and through the platform of the local church. In case you're wondering what the local church in a refugee camp looks like, this is a great visual for you. All of our spoken word ministry opportunities are a result of our actions. Meeting a physical need, safe water, with excellence presents us the privilege of meeting a much greater spiritual need. So thank you for having me, and I appreciate the opportunity to connect with you guys today. If you guys are feeling God moving you to come alongside us in our work, I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about how you can engage with your time, talent, treasure, and influence. I do have a couple of other colleagues that are here with me. Madison, who's based full-time in LA, if you please stand up, and Aaron is sitting at the table over here. I'll be around afterwards as well. So thank you again.
Thank you. I want to encourage you, page 41 is a response form. Just take a moment and look at that. Fill that out, complete that. Forgot to mention Eric has a table back, Gateway's back there in the back, and Water Mission is back here on this side as well. Let me pray for George. Father, I just thank you. What a powerful story and images. The idea that an empty stomach or has no ears. People that are thirsty. Water is life. It also gives access to people with your life. And I just thank you for the vision of Water Mission, for their impact, for their professionalism, for the sustainability piece. Just thank you for their vision. And Father, I pray that we as a Barnabas group can come around them and support and encourage and be a part of helping people have clean water that will change their life forever. And that builds your church. Thank you, Lord. Amen.